Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. As this is going to be Cowboys at Colts. Cowboys my second favorite team and the Colts my favorite team, but I'm going to explain why. So Colts are one of 6 teams undefeated so far through 3 games, and Cowboys, they're neither undefeated or winless, but Cowboys, they have the players on here that are from teams that are winless. So Saints, Drew Brees from the Saints right here, Darrell Rivers from the Jets. All these players are winless. Chris Johnson from the Titans, Andre Johnson from the Texans, Jeffrey Evans from the Saints, Nick Mangold from the Jets, Brandon Marshall from the Dolphins, Darren Sharper from the Saints, Rob Baronis from the Titans, Justin Tuck from the Giants, Cortland Finnegan from the Titans, Will Smith from the Saints, Jonathan Vilmore from the Saints, D'Amico Ryans from the Texans, Damian Woody from the Jets, Eli Manning from the Giants, Randy Starks from the Dolphins, Ronnie Brown from the Dolphins, Ricky Williams from the Dolphins, Brian Cushing from the Texans, Owen Daniels from the Texans, Jeremy Shockey from the Saints, Eric Winston from the Texans, Tracy Porter from the Saints, Will Witherspoon from the Titans, Kenny Britt from the Titans, Robert Meacham from the Saints, Hakeem Nicks from the Giants, Bo Skiaf from the Titans, Gerald Sennispaw. Well, he's actually on the Cowboys, but it's because of the cap space. That's why I didn't have as much players. Like, I couldn't fill it out. Dwayne Brown from the Texans, Justin Gates from the Titans, Vonta Leach from the Texans, Richie Incognito from the Dolphins, Paul Scioli from the Dolphins, Danny Clark from the Texans, Latimer Dukesi from the Jets, Thomas Morstead from the Saints, Philip Meerling from the Dolphins, Zach Giles from the Texans, Xavier Deeby from the Texans, Troy Kolpak from the Titans, Rashad Butler from the Texans, Pat Watkins. Yeah, I couldn't find another player because of the cap space. Like I said, Michael Otto from the Titans, Michael Hamlin. Like, I couldn't find another player. John Jerry from the Dolphins, Jonathan Goff from the Giants, Mike DeVito from the Jets, Ryan Moulton from the Titans, Dan Orlovsky from the Texans, Reggie Corner from the Bills, like the cap space, Kevin Bentley from the Texans, and now the Colts. Peyton Manning, he's still on here because Colts are one of the teams unbeaten, so there were some Colts players that didn't leave. Then Dwight Freeney from the Colts, Antonio Gates from the Chargers, another unbeaten team, Robert Mathis from the Colts, Asante Samuel from the Eagles, Phillip Rivers from the Chargers, who he actually played for the Colts in real life, Sean Phillips from the Chargers, who played for the Colts in real life as well, Deshaun Jackson from the Eagles, Bob Sanders from the Colts, Brent Selleck from the Eagles, Quentin Jammer from the Chargers, Joseph Adai from the Colts, Ryan Diem from the Colts, Takeo Spikes from the 49ers, they're unbeaten, Sean Merriman from the Chargers, Eric Weddle from the Chargers, Luis Vasquez from the Chargers, Charlie Johnson from the Colts, and Vinatieri from the Colts, Jeremy Maclin from the Eagles, Darren Sproles from the Chargers, Marshawn Lynch from the Bills, CJ Spiller from the Buccaneers, the Bills, and Levitre from the Bills, Manny Lawson from the 49ers, Melvin Bullitt from the Colts, Antonio Johnson from the Colts, Moran Norris from the 49ers, Pat McAfee from the Colts, Cornell Williams from the Buccaneers, Aaron Shabell from the Bills, Jason Avant from the Eagles, Brandon Siller from the Chargers, Anthony Gonzalez from the Colts, Daniel Murr from the Colts, Jerry Hughes from the Colts, Jeff Handgardner from the Bills, Aurelius Ben from the Buccaneers, Keontae Dawson from the Colts, Tony Uga from the Colts, Eric Foster from the Colts, Jacob Lacey from the Colts, Gajon Robinson from the Colts, Cody Wallace from the 49ers, Philly Moyola from the Colts, Kevin Thomas from the Colts, Ashton Yubudi from the Bills, Jamie Silva from the Colts, Irvin Baldwin from the Colts, Jimmy Thomas from the Colts, Aaron Mabin from the Bills, Mark Dial from the Buccaneers, Corey Clark from the Chargers, Dedrick Epps from the Chargers, and that's it. So let's get into the game. It's gonna be CP versus CP on Super Bowl mode. No, actually, it's gonna be just regular exhibition because this is during the regular season. 93 overall for the Cowboys and a 90 overall for the Colts. Cowboys versus Colts. Drew Brees, Cowboys quarterback. Drew Brees, Peyton Manning. Yeah, I'll provide y'all with the results at the end.